Nagkakapanindig balahibo mga kababayan yung pangyayari ngayon sa Israel. Siguro most of you napanood na po ang mga breaking news galing po sa Israel. Israel is under siege right now, mga kababayan, simula kahapon, Sabado. And according sa latest data, around mga 348 na po yung patay and could reach 500 people on both sides. Mga civilians, mga sundalong Israelis at saka yung lumusob na mga Hamas. Pero kahapon sa unang putok mga kababayan ng balita, sinasabing mga around more than 1,000 were killed immediately sa simultaneous attacks mga kababayan galing sa iba-ibang from all sides at iba-ibang locations mga kababayan in Israel. At tinaon pa mga kababayan sa Day of Rest, Sabado kasi Shabbat sa Israel mga kababayan. Ayan po ang makikita natin sa Israel ngayon. Yan po mga kababayan, mga balita from different news organizations. Yan po. Siyempre, nag-counter-strike na po din yung Israel. Yan po mga kababayan. 7,500 rockets yung pinalipad mga kababayan ng Israel. Pinalipad ng mga Hamas laban sa Israel. So yan po. It is an harrowing scene mga kababayan. Kahindik-hindik ang nangyayari ngayon sa Israel. It's like hell, mga kababayan. So, it is important, mga kababayan, na subaybayan natin ito. Kasi po, as we all know, dati nagmagulo po ang mundo. And remember, Israel is God's, is the apple of God's eye. Yung epicenter mga kababayan ng prophecy ay yung mga kaganapan po sa Israel. So we have to watch very very closely mga kababayan sa mga kaganapan dito sa Israel in the Middle East. Ito na ba yung simula mga kababayan? But before ko na ibigay sa inyo yung full story, click subscribe muna dito sa ating YouTube channel and hit the notification bell para lagi po kayong updated sa mga kaganapan dito sa ating bayan at sa buong mundo. Like and share na rin po ninyo para marami yung makapanood. At wag na rin po ninyo mga kababayan na skip yung ating mga commercial ads para tuloy-tuloy ang pag-unlad ng ating ekonomiya kahit magulo ang mundo. So ibigay ko muna sa inyo yung kwento galing po sa Israel. And later on, pag-usapan natin, ano ba ito, mga kababayan, ano yung kahulugan nito sa ating buhay at asa na po tayo sa tinatawag na prophetic timeline. Because the prophetic time clock is ticking, mga kababayan. Sabi nga dito, Israel, God's prophetic timepiece, the clock is ticking. When we want to determine where we are on God's timeline in terms of the last days, we need to look no further than God's timepiece and the epicenter of prophecy, Israel, and even more specifically, Jerusalem, as well as one of the biblical ways that God reveals the times and seasons is through heavenly signs. Malalim po ito na nangyayari mga kababayan sa Israel. And most of us, siyempre, hindi man masyado familiar sa mga kaganapan. Kaya ang akala ng karamihan po sa atin, this is the usual conflict. Sanay na tayo sa mga balita na ganito. Kasi dati man dyan po na magulo, matagal ng panahon. Pero ang hindi alam ng karamihan, we are so close mga kababayan to the time of the end. Palapit ng palapit po mga kababayan ko. Wake up! Hindi ba ninyo nahalata? Pati yung mga headlines ng mga ng mga nasa mainstream. Tingnan ninyo. World at war. Israel bombs Gaza after Hamas attacks with 7,500 rockets. Malapit na bang maganap mga kababayan yung World War III? The Battle of Armageddon? The last conflict that humanity will fight? Ano po sa pakiramdam ninyo mga kababayan? Dito nga sa atin, nagsalita na naman po si Robin. Ano niya, Mr. Maravillas, yung sinabi ni Robin? Pati si Robin Padilla, mga kababayan, Muslim na po si Robin, nakakalata na siya. Ikalaban ng Israel po, mga Muslim. Ayan ang statement niya, latest statement niya. Maganda tayo, mga kababayan. Una sa lahat, food security, reserve force, emergency services. Kaawaan-nawa tayo ng Panginoong may likha at maghari ang kapayapaan sa buong mundo. Lalo na ngayon sa Pasipiko. Kita ninyo mga kababayan. Pero Senator Robin, advice lang natin. Kung maganda ka sa gira, unahin mo munang ihanda yung salawal. Baka sumulong ka sa gira, maiwan yung salawal. Ikaw niya, Mr. Maravillas, hindi mo makalimutan yung live, live selling ni Robin. Hindi ko talaga po makalimutan. Bumabalik-balik sa aking imagination. Ayan po si Robin Padilla. Sabi niyan, Senator Robin Padilla is urging Filipinos to step up their preparedness in case of a full-blown conflict between the United States and China. Padilla outlined a three-pronged approach to prepare for any scenario. Unaan niya with ensuring the country's food security. May punto din siya mga kababayan. The senator also pushed for strengthening the country's reserve forces to help safeguard the nation. Beefing up the country's emergency services is also crucial in case of any crisis. Sabi po ni Robin Mao. Diba? Kahit si Robin po, nakakalata siya. Ikalaban po ng Israel po, mga Muslim, Arabs, Muslim, Communist, Russia. Alam ba ninyo lahat ito nasusulat mga kababayan? Yung Russia nag-warning na po ng nuclear exchange uli. Ayan po mga kababayan yung warning, nuclear war narrative. Russia's nuclear war narrative is alarming. Ayan po ang pinag-usapan ngayon. Not a single enemy will survive. No survivors if Russia unleashes nuclear arsenal. Sabit po ni Putin. Ayan na po yung pinag-usapan ngayon. Putin preparing for a nuclear offensive. Russia's new doomsday missile. Dinisplay na po mga kababayan ni Putin yung ultimate weapon niya. Yun ang papakawalan niya mga kababayan. Once halimbawa nagsimula yung World War III. Next generation po nuclear weapon ang yung pinaka-latest na pinaka-advanced na nuclear weapons niya ang sinasabi ni Putin. Inihahanda na po mga kababayan ngayon. So we are so close to the tribulation period mga kababayan. To Christians, alam na alam nila ito. Rapture could take place at any moment mga kababayan. Na i-blame ng mga unbelievers, yung mga hindi naniniwala sa rapture, alien invasion niya. Kaya sabi ko sa inyo, yun ang rason kung bakit pinag-uusapan na sa mainstream media po yung mga aliens, UFOs. Doon nila po i-blame para hindi kayo makahalata na taken na po pala yung mga believers ng ating Panginoong Hesukristo sa rapture of the church. Kinuha na niya pala and millions upon millions, if not billion mga kababayan of believers all throughout the world will disappear. Kaya nga po yung mundo in total shock pagsimula ng tribulation period po. Pero yung gira tuloy-tuloy, ito po yung senaryo. Kaya mag-ready po tayo mga kababayan. Hindi lang physically, lalo na po spiritually, mga kababayan. Accept the Lord Jesus Christ as our Lord and Savior now. Be saved before it's too late. Pag naiwan po kayo rito, tapos. Kaya tama yung yun ang talagang total description, mga kababayan, na ang pagsisisi ay talagang nasa huli. Pag rapture po, isisisi nila po sa UFO attacks, invasion, alien invasion. Tingnan ninyo. Kaya pinapauso nila ito ngayon. Alien abduction na niya. Di maalala ninyo yung mga discussions natin. Wala na tayo rito. But anyway, balik muna tayo sa kwento ng Israel na under siege ngayon, mga kababayan. Sabi rito sa balita, Palestinian militant group Hamas launched a large-scale surprise attack against Israel on Saturday, firing thousands of rockets from Gaza and sending ground units to kill or abduct people as Israel retaliated with airstrikes. At least 70 people were reported killed in Israel. Sa latest data po, 348 na po. Or close to 500 yung mga namatay. Pero yung unang putok ng mga kababayan ng balita, kasi developing story siya, sabi sa report ng WION, more than 1,000 na po yung patay. So makikita natin yan kasi siyempre nasa gitna ng kaguluhan. So iba-iba yung data na lumalabas. We are at war, said Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu as the military launched a series of airstrikes against targets of Iran-backed Hamas in the blockaded coastal enclave where black smoke billowed into the sky. Ganyan katindi, mga kababayan, para ng hell ang Israel ngayon. Ayan po, mga kababayan, ang sitwasyon sa Israel. So, sabi rito, Israel's army said its forces were fighting Palestinian militants on the ground in several locations near the strip. It dubbed its operation Swords of Iron. Army spokesman Richard Heck said the militants conducted combined raid which happened through paragliders, through the sea, and through the ground. From all directions, mga kababayan, yung ginawang atake laban sa Israel ngayon. Talagang nabigla po yung mga Israelis kasi day of rest po ginawa. Shabbat. Sabado po kasi, rest day, mga kababayan. Araw ng pamamahinga, yung Shabbat. Isa po siyang Jewish holiday. Yan po ang base ng pamamahinga, mga kababayan, ng mga Israelis. According to Torah, the Shabbat commemorates the day that God rested from creating the world. The word Shabbat literally means He rested. Sa Exodus 34:21 states, 6 days you shall work, but on the 7th day you shall rest. Shabbat is considered a day of peace and holiness. Doon na mataki, mga kababayan, yung mga kalaban ng Israel sa panahon ng Shabbat ng pamamahinga. Matindi, mga kababayan. Ginawang impyerno ng mga kalaban yung Israel. So sabi diyan, the rocket barrage from Gaza, which Heck said number at least 2,200 left cars burning beneath residential buildings in the Israeli city of Ashkelon, about 10 kilometers north of Gaza. Sabi ng kanilang leader, mga kababayan, na si Netanyahu, Hamas had launched a murderous surprise attack against Israel and its people. Israeli Major General Ghassan Alian warned Hamas had opened the gates of hell and would pay for its deeds. Pinagkikidnap nila, mga kababayan, mga sibilyan, pati mga sundalo. At pinagkakatay, mga kababayan, na parang mga hayop. Matindi po. Ayan Hamas abducting Israelis. Sabi ng kanilang Defense Force spokesperson. Pati yung mayor nila, Israel mayor killed by Hamas militants. Yan po. Mayor po kasama sa namatay mga kababayan sa pag-atake ng Hamas. Pinaligiran nila mga kababayan yung Israel. Kita ninyo mga kababayan yung harrowing scene. Talagang matindi. It is a scene of tribulation period mga kababayan as described in the Bible. So ngayon, pag-usapan natin, ano yung ibig sabihin nito? Saan ito mga kababayan mauuwi? Saan ito patutungo na kinanti mga kababayan ng mga kalaban? Ang apple of the eye of God, Israel. Ito na ba mga kababayan ang simula? Papasok na ba tayo sa tribulation period? Yan ang tanong. Sabi natin kanina, Israel is God's prophetic timepiece. The clock is ticking now. Sabi sa Joel chapter 2, verse 31 to 32, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. For on Mount Zion and in Jerusalem, there will be deliverance. Kita din niya mga kababayan, lahat po nasusulat. At yung nasusulat, mga kababayan, ay nagaganap na ngayon. It is an unfolding prophecy. Sabi diyan, when we want to determine where we are on God's timeline in terms of the last days, we need to look no further than God's timepiece and the epicenter of prophecy, Israel, and even more specifically, Jerusalem, as well as one of the biblical ways that God reveals the times and seasons is through heavenly signs. Kaya tumingala na po kayo, mga kababayan. Baka dyan, Mr. Marabilla, sa pagtingala namin, makikita namin yung pag-invade ng mga aliens. Diba? Kasama yan sa mga heavenly signs, mga kababayan. Kaya nga tayo, dinodoktrina na, mina-mindset na tayo ng mismong Congress ng Amerika. Sinasabi nila, kino-confirm nila sa Congress investigation that aliens and UFOs are real, mga kababayan. Real beings. Nakita ninyo? Nagkataon lang ba siya? Kasama kasi siya, mga kababayan, sa tinatawag na heavenly signs. Igaling sa kalangitan po, yung mga UFOs, aliens. Pag nag-rapture po, i-blame nila doon. This is the great, the great deception is coming, mga kababayan. Kaya sabi nga natin, mga kababayan, yung makakaunawa lang nito, yung mga nagbabasa ng Bible. Kaya magsimula na kayong magbasa, yung hindi pa nagbabasa. And be saved. Pag hindi kayo naligtas, mahirapan kayong unawain, mga kababayan, ang mga salita. Kasi wala yung tinatawag na the gift of the discerning spirit. Tama pa? Ganon. Sabi dyan, mga kababayan, the events that have unfolded this year indicate a season of heartache, global division and war. Israel enemies have risen against her from without and within. Galing sa labas at galing sa loob. Pagtutulungan, mga kababayan, yung Israel. In fact, sabi po ni Netanyahu, alam ko niya, mananagot, papagbayarin namin yung mga sponsors nito. Sino yung tinutukoy? Hindi lang yung Hamas, mga kababayan. Ang tatargetin nila, hindi lang yung umaatake ngayon na Hamas. Ang warning ni Netanyahu at saka ng Israeli general, they will launch an expansive operation, larger operation, mga kababayan. At tinutumbok nila yung Iran, ang sponsor nito, mga kababayan. In all other allied countries. Kasi sabi po sa prophecy, pagtutulungan po yung Israel ng mga ancient enemies niya na ngayon po makikilala natin sila sa mga modern names of countries. Pero sila, mga kababayan, yung mga bansa na noon pa kalaban na ng Israel. Biblical time pa po, mga kababayan. So we are coming closer, mga kababayan, doon sa tinatawag na namin sa prophecy na War of Ezekiel. Ezekiel War. Ayan po. Psalm 83, Ezekiel 38 in the coming battles for Israel. Sabi sa Amos 3:7, surely the sovereign Lord does nothing without revealing His plan to His servants, the prophets. Nireveal na po sa mga propeta at kailangan lang nating basahin kung ano yung sinabi ng mga prophets concerning Israel. The apple of God's eye. Sabi diyan, end time experts are talking a lot about the Gog and Magog war of Ezekiel 38 to 39, a prophecy that predicts a powerful confederacy apparently led by Russia that is destined to someday invade Israel, something that is fulfillment is even knocking at our door. Hindi lang po Iran, pati po yung Russia, the Gog and Magog. Yung Russia po, barkada ng Iran. Sila yung magkakasama. So yung mga kalaban noon pang panahon na bansa known for ancient name, mga kapitbahay niya, magsasabuatan po sila. Yung final na sabuatan nila ay nagsisimula na ngayon. Yan po, mga kababayan, ang ancient kingdom nalolosob sa Israel. 10-nation confederacy, mga kababayan. You see? Sabi diyan, while these groups are no longer identifiable by their ancient names, Bill Salos, author of Israelistine in Psalm 83, the missing prophecy revealed, ascertains the modern-day equivalents, descendants of these coalition members as the following. So, ano-ano mga bansa ito, mga kababayan? Yan po, para makilala ninyo, ma-identify ninyo kung sino yung mga kalaban ng Israel. The tents of Edom, Palestinians in southern Jordanians, Ismailites, mga Saudis. Ismael is the father of the Arabs. Moab, yan po ito mismo yung mga Palestinians in central Jordanians. Hagrites, Egyptians. Hagar is the matriarch of Egypt. Gibal, ito yung mga Hezbollah na lagi ninyong naririnig sa balita in northern Lebanese. Ammon, Palestinians in northern Jordanians. Amalek, Arabs of the Sinai area. Philistia, Hamas of the Gaza Strip. Ngayon ang umaatake ngayon, mga kababayan, yung Hamas. Galing po sa Gaza Strip. Ano pa? Tyre, Hezbollah in southern Lebanese. Assyria, Syrians in northern Iraq. Sila mga kababayan yung magtutulong-tulong. Ngayon umatake yung Hamas. Sabi diyan, Salos has worked to identify some of these ancient groups based upon their ancient locations and others by where they migrated. Sabi diyan, of course, these some 83 countries are actively conspiring today to either take over the land of Israel and make it their own, or to prevent Israel from being a Jewish state. In other words, they want to make Israel a country that cannot protect and shelter the Jewish people from those who hate them. Yung oath nila, mga kababayan, is the annihilation. Iwa-wipe out nila from the map of the earth, mga kababayan, yung Israel. Yan yung mismo mga statements, mga kababayan nila. Number 1, Palestinians, the tents of Edom. Moab and Ammon, sons of Lot. Si Mahmoud Abbas noon, Palestinian Authority President, has made his intentions about Israel's existence very clear. Sabi niya, we won't recognize and accept the Jewishness of Israel. We have many excuses and reasons that prevent us from doing so, sabi ni Abbas. We will march to Jerusalem in the millions as free people and heroes, he asserted. Ito mismo yung sinisigaw ngayon ng mga Hamas. Ito na niya yung panahon para tapusin na natin ang occupation. Sa kanila po, inoccupy niya ng Israel yung kanilang lupain. Diyan na niya, Mr. Maravillas, yung katotohanan. Sabi ko sa inyo po, baliktad ang katotohanan. So, number 2, Jordanians, the tents of Edom, Moab, and Ammon. Sabi diyan, although Jordan and Israel have enjoyed a peace treaty since 1994, Jordan's former foreign minister Nasser Jude told his parliament that Israel should not be recognized as a Jewish state, nor should Jordan take in the Palestinian refugees. Jordan's parliament voted not to recognize Israel as a Jewish state. Ganon, mga kababayan. Number 3, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Gibal. Entire, mga kababayan, sa Bible. While Hezbollah, the terrorist group based in Lebanon, has been helping Syrian President Assad wage war against the rebels, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah came out of hiding to remind the people of Lebanon that Israel poses a danger on all people of this region, including Lebanon, and removing it is a Lebanese national interest. Ganon katindi, mga kababayan. Ang Israel kasi po, very enchanting siya, the Holy Land. Diyan kasi, mga kababayan, sa Israel mismo, sa Mount of Zion, kung saan umakyat sa langit yung ating Panginoong Hesukristo, diyan din po siya bababa sa kanyang second coming. Napakagandang lugar ang Israel, mga kababayan. The apple of God's eye. You see, ganun po, to understand the events of our time ngayon. Number 4, yung Hamas, ito na ngayon yung umaatake sa Israel. Sabi diyan, Hamas, Philistines. Yan po ang Hamas ngayon. Philistine sila. Although Gaza is officially a part of the Palestinian Authority ruled by President Abbas, the terrorist group Hamas, similar to the word for violence in Hebrew, rules Gaza and is ready to form a coalition with any Muslim group willing to resist Israel. Ito na ngayon yung umaatake, mga kababayan, from all sides sa Israel po. 7,500 plus na mga rockets yung pinalipad ngayon. Ano pa? Egyptians or possibly Northern Jordanians, Hagrites. Kasama siya sa aatake, mga kababayan. Kalaban po yung Egypt, although may peace treaty sila. Mabubuhay muli yung dati na po, mga kababayan, na away. Ano pa? The Saudis or all Arabs, Ismailites. Bill Salos believes Saudi Arabia represents the Ismailite people in Psalm 83. Like most Arabs throughout the Middle East, in Africa, the Saudis claim to be the true chosen people as descendants of Ismail. Nagkiklaim din po sila, mga kababayan. Kami niya yung pinili. Next, Arabs of Sinai or of the Negev area, Amalek, grandson of Esau. Salos places the Amalekites in Sinai. He believes they were a part of Esau's family, the Edomites who migrated into the Sinai area, which is part of Egypt. Yan, mga kababayan, yung magsasama-sama, magsasabuatan po, yung dating mga kasabuat. Next, nakasabuat, the Syrians, Northern Iraqis, and possibly Turkey. Siya po ang Assyria na nababasa natin sa Bible. Sabi diyan, since the creation of both Israel and Syria in the mid-20th century, diplomatic ties have never been established between these two countries which share a border. Syria has attacked Israel in 3 major wars in 1948, 1967, in 1973. Any invasion could potentially include Russia someday, which now a permanent navy, which now has a permanent navy and airbase in this nation to Israel's north. Yung Gog and Magog po, Russia, the king of the north. So ngayon mga kababayan, ito yung latest na balita. Netanyahu says Israel at war after Hamas launches surprise attack. Pakinggan po ninyo yung description ng newscaster ng mga kaganapan sa Israel in the Middle East as reported by NBC News. Yan po.
Now at war. The scenes this morning across Israel were chaotic, unprecedented, and terrifying. The Palestinian military group Hamas choosing a Jewish holiday to launch an attack on and into Israel. There was the barrage of rockets into Israel, but also incursions by militants. These were the scenes of Hamas fighters storming across the border, marauding through the streets of Israel. Hamas confirming it has taken an unconfirmed number of hostages and civilians from the streets. An Israeli official...
Yung description po nila, it's like 9/11 po. Yung terror attack po sa Amerika, 9/11. Ganon katindi.
War has been swift, but only just beginning. They've already leveled entire buildings in Gaza, the territory that's home to Hamas. The death toll is at least 200 people on each side and is expected to rise. Our teams are across the region and here in the U.S. We begin with Raf Sanchez on the ground in Israel.
It looks like a scene from Israel's darkest nightmare. A surprise attack beginning with thousands of rockets, followed by waves of heavily armed Palestinian gunmen pouring out of Gaza and onto the streets of cities and towns across southern Israel. The militants taking whole families hostage, marching them barefoot through their own neighborhoods. And then... cries of triumph as they spirit their captives back to Gaza. This woman, bloodied, zip-tied, and terrified, struggling as she's forced into the back of a captured Israeli military jeep. And here, the body of an Israeli soldier dragged from the turret of a tank and beaten by the mob. Israel's military tonight confirming there are both civilians and soldiers among the captives. Their exact number is unknown. But the army says all options are on the table.
Kahit pakinggan mo lang po, talagang
ground invasion of Gaza to bring them home.
Israel's
Prime Minister telling his people, citizens of Israel, we are at war, not in an operation, but at war. And every hour, the death toll rising. These civilians killed at a bus stop. And in this kibbutz, victims packed into a small room and executed at point-blank range. The surprise attack led by highly trained fighters from Hamas and Islamic Jihad.
Ganon.
Blasting their way through the security barrier separating Israel from Gaza. In some places using bulldozers to smash through.
NBC po, yung report.
This unit fighting into the Erez border crossing, the main terminal between Israel and Gaza. Usually tightly controlled by Israeli troops, the crossing today completely overrun by Palestinian fighters. Israel's military caught badly off guard, surging its forces into the south, fighting street by street across more than 20 locations as it tries to regain control. This is usually one of the busiest highways in southern Israel, and on a holiday weekend you would expect it to be full of cars. Instead, you can see Israeli security forces have set up a checkpoint here. They are searching vehicles as they come by because they do not know where the gunmen are.
Ayan po, para ng hell. Mga kababayan, yung mga buildings na susunog sa pag-atake ng Hamas, mga kababayan, from all sides sa Israel. So pray hard mga kababayan. Palapit ng palapit po tayo. Patindi ng patindi yung kaguluhan po sa ating mundo. Ayan man lang po mga kababayan. Baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Firmax Firming and Lifting Cream. Pinapahid po sa mga pulses and affected area. Mainam po sa paninigas na mga kaso-kasoan. Ito naman po, Automax Radiant Serum. Sa mukha naman yung application. Anti-aging po siya. You will look 10 years younger than your age. Sa mga cancer patients naman po, baka lang gusto ninyo itong itry. Ningxia Red Mix Fruit Drink. Hindi man po siya gamot, food supplement siya. Kaya lang, gawa siya mga kababayan sa goji berry. Yung goji berry, may anti-cancer properties. Ayos, yung mga inquiries ninyo po, dumiritso na lang kayo sa aming messenger sa Facebook para masagot namin agad. Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye po. God bless.